The fens from Peterborough to Downham Market were originally a vast, shallow, inland freshwater lake with a few islands like Whittlesea and Ramsey, Ely and Mainey protruding above it. That E sound on the end of the name means island. The first attempt to drain the fens was made by the then Bishop of Ely, John Morton, in 1490. His drain, Morton's Leam, is still operating today. Most of the rest of the complex system was built in the 17th century in the reign of King Charles I by a group of gentlemen adventurers led by the Earl of Bedford. Today we'd probably call them investment bankers. They employed a Dutch engineer called Cornelius Vermuyden. Vermuyden's system started with a series of main channels that were mostly named after their width from levee to levee. And so we have the 100-foot drain, the 40-foot drain, the 16-foot drain, and so on. As the water levels receded, smaller drains, called loads, were dug across the fields, and the water lifted out into the main drains by wind-driven pumps. What we have today is a complex system of channels, many of them navigable, known as the middle level. It allows a crucial connection between the River Great Ouse and the River Nene, and hence to the rest of the canal system. This is the waterfront at Peterborough, and the entrance to the middle level is behind that railway bridge at Standground behind me. Not that many people visit the middle level, and of those that do, most will be wanting to blast through as quickly as they can in transit to the River Great Ouse. What a pity. What we hope to show you in this DVD is that the middle level is a fascinating cruising ground in its own right, worthy of taking some time to explore. The developers of the new housing at Standground clearly appreciate the value of the waterway. A series of little creeks provide river frontage and safe, secure moorings for these attractive new properties. Surely King Canute himself will appear at any moment. The lock on the right is Standground Lock and is the gateway to the middle level. Off to the left, the non-navigable sluice is at the head of Morton's Leam. You're not allowed to operate Standground Lock yourself, as it also acts as a sluice, controlling water levels right across the fens. But the ever-helpful lockkeeper, Tina, will see you safely on your way. Tina kindly agreed to be interviewed. Tina, when you speak to people who are used to the canal system about coming onto the middle level, they're a bit apprehensive. Is there anything to be apprehensive about?
I don't think so. In general, you either love it or you hate it. We have people that come back year after year, and we have people that have one bad experience and never come through ever again. Obviously, sometimes the water levels can be a bit low, and obviously there's the low bridges, so people have to navigate with care, and it puts some people off. But overall, people enjoy it.
And how many boats do you get through here typically?
Sort of April to September, about 1,200, but obviously with the rally this year, there's obviously going to be a lot more.
So you're going to be pretty busy?
Yeah, pretty busy this year, and obviously at Salters Lode, with the tides being difficult, obviously, one at a time sort of thing, that's going to be a very difficult area as well, but we'll get everybody through.
Now, this lock's manned by yourself. Why can't boaters work this lock on their own?
Because it's dual purpose. It's a sluice as well as just a lock. There is tremendous undertow from the water, so it would be dangerous for them to do so, really. It has to be a manned lock. Okay. And also because we have to regulate the water levels, that we help regulate the water levels that are coming into the fens, so it has to be manned.
You're telling us that you are unique among lock keepers because of your long family association with the lock. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, we've had ties with the lock for over 70 years. My granddad was here. I'm third generation. Obviously, I've just taken over from my dad at the end of December. He retired. yeah, it's quite unique. I don't think they've ever had a lady lockkeeper at Stanground Lock. So I'm really glad to be taking it on, definitely. I worked with my dad for about 7 years previous to taking over, and I wouldn't want to do anything else now. I really wouldn't. I love it.
Have there